Hello, I'm Joey Dillard. I want to tell you about how to get motivated. This next series of instructions, we're going to talk about some things that will help motivate you, help get you through the course of your day. We all know how people get caught up on the same routine every day. You go to work the same direction, drive the same car, leave out the same door. What would happen if you had to make a change in your life? That's because we do the same thing every day. The same way, the same process, no change. That's what you call a comfort zone. Once a person get into their comfort zone, it is real hard to pull them out of their comfort zone. Let's just say you work at home. You do the same thing every day. But it have gotten so routine that you don't even motivate yourself. You don't even do anything anymore because it will pull you out of your comfort zone. The reason I'm talking to you about comfort zone, because once a person gets comfortable in that zone, it is very hard for them to change. I want you to get a piece of paper and just write down maybe 5 things that you do consistently every single day and see how you can change them that will benefit you. For starters, we don't exercise. Why? We say it's no time, I gotta work, gotta take care of the kids. But do you know if you just took a little time out your day, walked a couple of miles, smoked 1 cigarette less, didn't drink a beer today, do you know how much you can improve yourself and make a change? Now, you have to be honest with yourself. And do you want change to happen? A lot of people don't want change to happen. One of the things I found out that works very well in my life, I keep a planner and I write down things. I write down things to tell myself, today is going to be different than yesterday. Although I'm doing the same thing, I'm going to work, driving the car, but I might go to work a different route. I might have my wife drive me to work. I might get to work and instead of my routine round, I might do them a little bit different. Only you will know how things change if you switch them up. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna get real personal and we're gonna talk to you a little bit about how to motivate yourself. I'm Joey Dillard and want to say thanks a lot for listening in, and hey, even you can make a change. We'll be right back. Today, we're going to talk about color. Now, you're looking at me, you probably say, that's a colored guy, that's a black guy. But if you really look at my color is brown. I have on an orange shirt, gray hair, gray beard. We get so confused sometimes when we look at people. Let me tell you a little story. When I was a little fella, next door had this Jewish family and we grew up together. He was white Caucasian and Chris was my best friend. Today you might say your road dog or something like that. But at the age of 5, 6, we was 2 peas in a pot. He's best friend. But things changed when I got 11. I happened to ask my mother one day, I said, Mom, can I spend the night over my white friend Chris' house? She looked at me and said, no. I said, Mom, what seemed to be the problem? She said, well, I don't know your white friend Chris. Who is that? And I'm confused now. I'm saying Chris next door. And she just politely asked me, well, when did Chris get white? I said, Mom, what are you saying? She said, when did Chris turn white? And I said, Chris always been white. And she said, well, why did you identify him now as your white friend Chris? You didn't identify him as your white friend when you was 6, 7, 8, 9. He was just Chris. That's because over the years, we hear people using terms like, hey, you white boy, you black boy. And we start identifying ourselves with, that's right, a color. So now your world is all confused now. You see a black guy going with this white girl. You see this white girl going with this Mexican guy. Everything is a problem now because you put color in there. If you had a box of Crayola crayons and I had a black piece of paper holding up and I said, pick a color out this box to write your name that I could see it from a distance, you probably would get a white crayon. Or if I had a white piece of paper, I said, get a crayon out of there and write your name that I could see it, you probably would get a black crayon. If you look in that box, they're all colors. And they're all together, standing tall as one. Why can't we do that? We go through life separating everything with a color. I was glad my mother showed me that little lesson because when I got into the Marine Corps, it made things real easy because there was no color. I'm Joy Dillard, and we'll talk to you on the next episode.